Hey, welcome to another Storage Tech video. In today's video, I've got a bit of a cool thing to show off. I've seen a lot of item request systems for bulk storages around recently. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but pretty much all of them either are just an enclosed system where you request a box, and it gets received from a bulk, or they use chest minecarts and hopper minecarts and things like that to have external farms request resources that it may need, like bone meal, for them. I love this idea, but I don't like the fact that they use chest minecarts, because for two reasons. They are slow and kind of unpredictable in some certain circumstances. Now, I'm not saying my system is fast. I haven't optimized it yet. This is purely a proof of concept for now. I am going to do a lot more work on it, make it faster, make it smaller, make it more usable. But what I have for you today is the intersections for the water streams. So what these would do is a farm requests a shulker box, it goes to the main storage, the storage then sends out a shulker box with some ID items in it, so like coloured concrete for an example, and they will then follow a path that they are given from that coloured concrete. I'll explain a little bit more on that when we show it to you. So let's get into it. So this is the system. It's relatively small and it's fully hopper locked because you would have a few of these around your system, your base, sorry. I'll get a few things out the way first. If you're wondering why there are two water streams, you may notice this in the intro, but this is the return stream. What that means is this stream is the requesting line. So when a farm says, I don't know, I need bone meal, it will send the request through this water stream because they're all going to one centralized point. And I just thought I'd put it on top because it kind of neatens things up a little bit. This is the system itself. So over here you've got the input. Over here you've got the output. And then this is the input. So this is the output of this system, but the input to more modules, and this is one module, or the farm, or whatever it is that may need the resources that it's requesting. So we've got two white banners here, which means this is the straight line. So if you don't have any blue concrete, because this is what a shulker box would look like, it would look like this. So we've got a blue concrete in there, so we would end up going down this line here. If we didn't, and I'll show you this later, if we don't, would go straight forwards, and again that is the input to then more modules. So I'll pick up this, there we go, and I'm just going to drop it here. So as it goes over that pressure plate, it unlocks everything. It's relatively fast, this system. Here we go, and it came out this here. And we also put the ID item back in. I'll explain why we do that later. Now, if I come here and I take out a blue concrete, so now we don't have any blue in us. There we go. You'll notice it gets sent to that stream. So I thought this is a pretty cool system. I'm happy with the speed. It could be a bit faster maybe, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll explain how this works now. So it's a very tight nest of things, so you might have to bear with me whilst I'm moving around. This system here, this is a keygen. You use this for sugar box sorters, all of that sort of stuff. This one, I'm pretty sure it was made by, I can't remember their name. I'll link it in the description. I can't remember their name, but I'll find out and I'll link them in the description. This is hopper speed, but I had to modify it for my use case slightly. So it's now no longer hopper speed, it's slightly slower. Which doesn't really matter for me. It doesn't need to be hopper speed, because we would only be dealing with one shulker box going through this line maybe every half an hour. So we don't need anything like that. So what this has attached to it is, instead of just any item going through, what I've done is I've attached a filter with blue concrete, and what it does is when it goes through the filter, it turns this torch off here, and unpowers this redstone line, unlocking this hopper here, and obviously the hopper underneath the filter here. What then happens is they both get routed into a item to box return. So what this does is it'll dispense a box and break it like 2 ticks later, so that it's got the item back into the box, and then it just gets into this water stream here. So that's how that works. If we don't have a sorted item, what happens is it won't go through the filter, so I'll just break this so it's easier to see. So this hopper is always locked, and it only unlocks when we get output from the filter. So what will happen if we don't get an output is it will go into the dropper here and get spat out when the hopper locking turns back on. It will also get spat out if this observer here, again I'll just break it for convenience, this observer here powers a block here into a 2-tick repeater, which also then powers a dust underneath, powering the dropper. So no items will get stuck, because I've made it work that way. Now, I did make a version 2 of this, this one here. This is slightly less reliable. If you're wondering what this water stream is, that's just looping it around for testing. So look, if I get that box, what you'll see is if I put this in, this one's slightly faster too. So you'll notice it gets put in, broken, and yeah, it's not reliable at all. To prove this, this has a blue concrete. And as you can see, it comes out here. But after this loops around a bit, it will eventually go out the wrong stream. And obviously this is very important, because this is empty now, but these would be full of bone meal in this case, because that's what it's requesting. So if you were to lose that shulker box of bone meal, then the farm wouldn't get any, and there you go, and the request system wouldn't work anymore. So that's why I haven't used this. I might make a V3 in the full system, but I'm going to be using this system as of now, because it's 100% reliable. I tested it for, I think, 3 hours, and I didn't get a single problem. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about this. There are more systems to this bigger system, if you want to call it that, more individual systems, but I'm going to go over those in each video, because otherwise I'd have like a half an hour video of just explaining every system in the requesting system. So that's all I had to say, and I'll see you next time. Bye.